As an entrepreneur, you can't go it alone. You need a team to turn your idea into a reality. That's especially true in a crisis, when working together is vital to solving a problem. CEO and founder of Lokai, Steven Eisen, had one of those moments. The company's whole e-commerce site crashed. Check out their story, brought to you by Staples, on how Steven and his team rose to the challenge.
We really underestimated how big our community was and how much the demand was. And when we first launched, we actually had our website crash. I took a deep breath and realized, okay, who do I need to call to get this fixed? My name's Steven Eisen. I'm the founder and CEO of Lokai. We're a lifestyle brand. Our first product is the Lokai bracelet, which incorporates water from Mount Everest and mud from the Dead Sea. When we launched our Blue Lokai, which was partnered with Charity Water, we immediately saw a huge spike on our website, which ended up actually crashing it. I was extremely stressed and freaked out because unlike most issues where I know how to deal with them and know what I'm doing, unfortunately with the website and programming, I have no clue. I took a deep breath and really allowed my team to take over, our web development company as well as our server team, and some other internal employees who knew how to work the back-end system. And within an hour, we were able to get the site back up and running and have a successful launch. Our team's ability to bounce back from having the website crash really showed us that we can deal with other things. And if you're not able to be flexible, and you won't be able to be successful. What it really taught me was that I need to be able to rely on my team and the people around me, and that if I really put my trust in them, they'll be able to execute. The traits I depended on to work through this challenge were focus and being patient and trust within my team. There are constantly going to be issues and roadblocks and things that pop up that you aren't expecting, and it's how you deal with those things that will make you a great company or not.
That's inspiring. Steven's story is all part of Staples' Make More Happen series, which highlights businesses who have overcome obstacles to find success. To check out all the videos, go to entrepreneur.com. As the old saying goes, age ain't nothing but a number. Time recently released its annual list of the 30 most influential teens. And of course, several young entrepreneurs made the cut. 18-year-old Jaden Smith, the offspring of two successful Hollywood actors, is building a brand and a following by rebelling against mainstream culture. He started a clothing line and arts collective, which he says is an attempt to subvert traditional gender norms. Teen star Maddie Ziegler is best known for dancing in smash hit music videos and judging reality show dance competitions. But this tiny dancer is moving on to design. The 14-year-old recently launched the 30-piece casual chic fashion line, appropriately called Maddie. The best part? She made sure the price tag for many pieces starts at $25. At just 19 years old, Kylie Jenner is being credited for changing the beauty industry, and try as they might, critics can't contest it. Shunning the trend of going more au naturel, Kylie inflated her lips and bleached her hair, transforming her into a cultural phenomenon, thereby creating the foundation for her beauty empire.
I would not be the entrepreneur I am today if I did not have the mentors throughout my life that have given me the guidance to get to where I am. Trust me when I tell you, it is probably one of the most important variables throughout your life's journey. You need to find someone who's going to make that positive influence and impact in your life. And when I was at my lowest point, I looked for the person that I could relate to, that I understood, that also took an alternative path. His name is Ryan Blair.
I love the opening of the book. This is what you say, right? I didn't start at the bottom, but I reached it pretty quickly. What does that mean?
You say you were a gang member. It's a big claim.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to get into an Oprah situation where you're lying to me here.
Gone from next to nothing to a multi-millionaire.
Ryan came from dirt.
A kid like Ryan could have very easily ended up in state prison.
Next? Well, you write a book about it, of course.
I grew up with nothing, and I had a mindset about, I wanted to come up, I wanted to become successful. I got a couple mentors and learned how to do it. Now I'm on the other side of the tracks.
I was at a point in my life where it was like rock bottom for me. I had gone from self-made millionaire to basically losing everything, losing friends, money, selling my cars, all these things, because a couple bad moves, the saying that becoming a millionaire, you may think is tough, but actually staying a millionaire and learning how to actually compound that growth and keep it and be smart with your money is way more difficult.
Rock bottom is different for everyone, and you have different rock bottom moments around. Like you might have a rock bottom moment around your health, or rock bottom moment in your career, or what type of husband you're being, or what type of father you're being, or what type of friend you're being, or brother you're being. And that's just basically the lowest moment that you have on that subject.
I think when you hit rock bottom, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna lose things, right? Material things or money. It could mean that like you just feel like you're not good enough. You have the fear of failure. Maybe you've had people put you down. Maybe you feel like you can't get to your full potential. Maybe a lot of it is that mental point in your life when you're just like, you feel like you're just never gonna get to where you want to be in life. Or no one believes in you. And I know what that feels like when you're alone. Like I've been in a place in my life where I'm like, it's me against the world.
But everybody's bottom's different, right? It's like sometimes you hit like a low point, and then you kind of continue doing the same thing, maybe sabotaging yourself, maybe hanging around the wrong people, maybe taking the wrong advice, having too much ego, whatever it is, until you hit a place where you're like, all right, I'm done with that kind of behavior, or that kind of philosophy. Or yeah, when I sold Sky Pipeline and I'd run out of money, and I sold it for a big amount, made the press, had a big ego, was a young guy, like 24, 25. And then just ran out of money. I was like, all right, I got to do something different this time around. Like next time I'm going to save some. I'm not going to lease cars, mortgage myself out, and live a fraudulent lifestyle. I'm going to have cash and do things smart. Yeah. So that was one. But that's not really a rock bottom because I'd already become a millionaire. Prior to that was recycling cans and like going through dumpsters that'd be a rock bottom moment. Wearing thrift store clothes to go to school.
Okay, when I was at my worst period, I read this book, Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain. And I learned from this guy.
You continue to add value to people's lives, and then the more you do that for a long enough period of time, it starts to have a bit of a ripple effect. Well, if you focus on that, then you get like this. But if you focus on this, you never get it. And you have hits like yours, so 40, you got to do 80 next. And then after that, it's like if I did 10, that's cool. It's better than losing. Right. But it's not going to keep your lifestyle. So you got to go for that third comma, man. Yeah, man.
Well, if you've never heard of them, it's a good chance your kids have. We're talking about Smosh, an American web-based comedy duo who's turned their YouTube channel into a multi-million-dollar business. Their Smosh channel is the 7th most subscribed channel on YouTube, and overall they have over 22 million subscribers. Entrepreneur, contributor, and founder, host of Behind the Brand, Brian Elliott, sat down with the duo to talk comedy and success, two things they know a lot about.
I usually ask my guests, how'd you get this job?
Well, sheer luck.
Yeah.
I think it's like a combination of
luck and then being able to put a lot of effort and time into it and really dedicate our entire lives to it.
And just timing. We were sort of in the right place at the right time, and we sort of seized that moment.
So early, just, YouTube's a baby, just recently birthed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was not a lot of content on YouTube at that time and not a lot of good content. So there was a lot of opportunity for people who were passionate about what they were doing. There was a lot of opportunity to sort of rise above everything else.
Yeah, a lot of people watch the show, they're entrepreneurs, and there's a term called first mover advantage. You think that was definitely at play here?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like right now there's so much more competition. I feel like it's a lot harder to be seen. But then again, now if you are seen, you can rise to the top immediately.
Yeah, I guess that's a question I wanted to know from you guys is, now that you've had a little bit of success, you got some traction, you have a following, 20+ million subscribers, right? So is it easier today, right now, to start something brand new? Or was it easier back then because you had, not as far to fall?
I think I think it's different. I think there's probably the same amount of opportunity, but there's different ways of going at it now. Back at the beginning of YouTube, you just had to get one video on the front page, and then that could usually expose your channel to everybody. Now it's a little weird. Like there's certain ways that people have been able to work the algorithm, and they can amass like a huge amount of followers like very, very quickly. There's channels that I've never even heard of that have like 3 million to 5 million to 9 million subscribers now.
Yeah, well, what do they do? Can you game the system? Because I think that's what YouTube is really good about, is keeping all that in.
I mean, you can't really game the system, but you could learn the algorithm, and YouTube's constantly changing it. But at one point, YouTube stopped rewarding just plain views and started rewarding more watch time, and that's when people that were creating a lot of long videos, like gaming videos in probably 2010 or 2011, that really started blowing up because they were able to push out so much content.
So you're saying short form was winning over long form?
Yeah, short form was winning over it for a long time, and then when they changed that algorithm, everything flipped.
It's something I struggle with too. Like this show is kind of similar to like a TED Talk, right? Like TED Talks are like 19 minutes long. You guys watched any of these TED Talks?
Yeah.
So this show, and we do it for a lot of different reasons, we'll break it up into two pieces. Like we'll shoot the long form, which could be 20 to 30 minutes long. It's just pure goodness. And then for those people who want the crib notes, we'll cut it into 3 to 5 minute little bite-sized pieces.
Right.
For people like me.
Yeah, who are either consuming through their phone or they don't have time or whatnot. They want to get it bite-sized. And for me, the jury's still out. Like long form still gets about as much traction and engagement as a short form.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much just that there's a different audience for both. There's people that want to go on YouTube, and then there's other people that just want to stick to watching clips on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah, it seems like I've heard the term like lean in and lean back. Like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, these are like lean in types of experiences, right? Where you're engaged or you're laughing or you're swiping or whatever. And like YouTube's very much lean back, right? Like
yeah, I feel like those lean in types of content pieces are a lot more disposable. They feel like they're just really quick, and sometimes you're not even, you're allowed to not put your sound on, so they just have text and subtitles over it. And I think it's personally, I feel like it's a lot more, the content on YouTube at least is a lot more worthwhile because it feels like it has more longevity.
To see more of Brian's interview and other stories with successful entrepreneurs, go to behindthebrand.tv.